So to make a countdown in iMovie, I'm going to use all stills. You don't have to use all still images, but you have to use some. I'd like you to use some and learn more proficiency in that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use all stills for mine. And if you watch the lesson about frame size, resolution, and cropping, you see when I brought in my images like this thumbs up, it was cropped a little bit already. To alter that, I have to drop it into the timeline, select it, go to Media, Photos, and then Show iPhoto Settings. It's again a result of the Ken Burns effect that unchecked simply allows you to resize photos as well as position them. So there it is, backed out at normal size, and it does need to be uh, zoomed in a little bit to fill the frame, and that's just as a result of the size of the original image. I'm not going to get a full frame image of my hand in there. We want to count down from 10 to 1 with a pre-production slate, your logo, and I'm just going to say use this. I'm just going to do this for demonstration purposes. Kind of like this grainy, fuzzy, low-res picture I downloaded off the internet just because it is kind of funny. And this, I'm gonna actually not fill the frame with this. Well, gosh, I don't want to go against my own instructions here. Let's say I just use the feet. Okay, so I'm going to position that in there for artistic effect. Oh, geez. I forgot that after redoing this, you have to click Update. Okay. Doing it is the best way to learn. And so I've got this artistic, fuzzy, highly compressed image effect. I've got it in my timeline. I'm going to adjust it to dwell for about, I want these typically dwell at the beginning for about 10 seconds. So I'm going to trim it out to be 10 seconds long. And then when I want to add my production company name on here. So under the editing button, I'm going to click titles, and then you have all these wonderful titles. I'm going to have it, let's see, and you can click one of these. It'll give you a quick preview of what's happening. I'm going to put Old Shoes Productions and preview that. Sometimes when you type your text in here, it doesn't immediately give you the text that you just put in there, which is pretty annoying. There we go. Sometimes by clicking some of these arrows in here, it refreshes the view. So this is super quick. The speed at which the entry for text animation happens is adjusted with these sliders down here. The first slider, of course, is speed. Pull it out to happen over 1 second, and then the pause is how long it dwells on screen after the initial duration of the speed. So it looks like I've got a maximum of 3 seconds pause with a 1 second speed. Give me a total duration down here of 4 seconds. Sometimes you don't have a lot of options, sometimes you do for positioning it on the frame. In this case, it's great because I can actually cross through center. Let's see what that does. Nice. Alright, let's just use this one. By clicking this little finger icon on the screen, I can basically click to pick a new origin for where this is going to position itself on the screen. So this is just some really good tools in this, but I don't like how you can't read it over the image. So what I'm going to do is actually change the color back to a lighter maybe a kind of a light pink. Last thing. There we go. I like that font. Hit the checkbox underneath in the preview bar here, and now it's going to render it into my clip. Now when it does that, any text applied to a clip will actually apply it for whatever duration you've set, and then split the clip. So you've made you've split the original clip that now contains just the text and your clip, and then whatever was remaining, if there is any remaining past that clip, is split off, and of course doesn't have the text applied. So it's going to last for 4 seconds. Well, what if you want it to last over the entire 10 seconds? I can remove this text effect by selecting the clip that the text is applied to, and hit the delete button. It returns it back to its original form and deletes out not the clip, but the last effect or title applied to that clip. So I'm going to go back here and go back up to click on the titles, and if it converges to center, I can either, of course, change the speed. Maximum is 4 seconds just for the speed, so again, it only gives me a total option of dwelling for 4 seconds. What I'd like to do is actually have this happen, this text effect happen, after about 1 second into this shoes clip. I'm going to go ahead and add this. So now the text is going to, this effect is going to happen and dwell on the screen all the way up to about 5 seconds in. Here's what you can do. Okay, I'm going to delete out this piece. I'm going to go back to the last frame of my old shoes production, of course, and go down to Edit, Create Still Frame. Now I've got a still frame in here of this last one. You know, if you keep clicking, there's almost always a way to get your way with these programs. And that's where, that's where the real skill of using computer editing comes in, is being willing to experiment and think, darn it, I know there's a way this can happen, because 9 times out of 10 you can finagle your way to making it do what you want. So now I've got 10 seconds at the beginning, first second, until at 1 second in, the old shoes productions enters with a convergence effect, and then with that frame copy, again, the create still frame option up here, I've been able to drag that new still frame down here, trim it out to 5 seconds, and now I've got 10 seconds of my old shoes production slate